We're only about 4 or 5 blocks from our next listing. Super bikeable and walkable neighborhood. Absolutely perfect there. So now let's go upstairs. Can I throw it for you? Am I gonna get ice cream? Maybe. Soak in the sounds of nature. We'll take a tour and I will tell you the list price after we see it. If you're new to the channel, my name is Matt and I make videos each and every week about what it's like to live in Portland, Oregon. Additionally, I am a licensed real estate agent and I am dedicated to helping people just like you make their move to Portland. And I'm the only agent that's going around showing you all the different neighborhoods and taking you inside of active listings just like this one. So if you are looking to buy your dream home, make sure you call, make sure you text, make sure you send me an email, and we will talk soon about your move to Portland. All right, so we are starting off today's video in Sellwood, and I'm over here at the Sellwood Riverfront Park. And if you're joining us for the first time and you don't know anything about Portland, Portland is actually divided east to west by this big river right here. It's called the Willamette River. Remember how to say it because that's how you say it. People, it's not Willamette, it's Willamette, so get it right. This is a really cool park. This is one of my favorite parks in Portland, not because it's one of the biggest, it's actually one on the smaller side, but it's just right here on the river, and you can come here in the summertime and go swimming. You can fish off of there. You could launch some kayaks right there. It's just a really awesome park. I'll get a little bit closer for you. This area that I was just walking in is actually a big off-leash dog park area, which is pretty cool to take the pups. And then right over here is where you've got your access to the river. And it's a really cool spot because you've got kind of like beaches right here. You got a bunch of doggos swimming. Look at that guy. That is a good stick. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, you've got this access point here to go in and swim. You got people doing some really cool water activities, and there is the majestic Sellwood Bridge. Look at this guy. Hey, you got a big stick there? Is that a big stick? Can I throw it for you? Oh. Uh-oh. Did I just sign up for something that I... Anyways, what a cool place. I absolutely love this park. Right here on the river. Come check it out sometime. And I'm starting here because we are literally just like 2 or 3 blocks from the first listing that we're gonna see. And again, if you're new here, we look at 3 different neighborhoods, 3 different active listings on the market. So this is the channel you need to be on if you are looking to move to Portland and buy a home. The listing is right over there. I'm gonna take you over there and give you a full tour of the listing. It's really awesome. There's like a dog running in the background. I just love this place. Let's go see what kind of like restaurants and shops and entertainment options there are over here before we go in and take a look at this first listing. So here's cruising down Tacoma. This is kind of one of the main thoroughfares. You got your New Seasons right here, and we're again just up the street from the listing that we're gonna go see. And we are going to make a left turn right here on 13th, and I'll show you what it's like. All right, so I just parked right here, right off of 13th, which is one of the main drags here. And so this is kind of what you get in Portland a lot. You got a mix of nice, quiet, residential streets just like this. Beautiful, classic, charming homes. Look at this one. I love that. And then you're just right off of kind of a main street like this. So let's go see what's over here. There's just all sorts of stuff. Right on the corner here, you got like a matcha and boba tea place. There's Grand Central Bakery right there. See this little train? It's like a caboose That's a converted train car that's now a tea house. You got a pizza place right here. You got a picture frame and gallery place right here. You got all sorts of boutique shops, antique stores, lots of different stuff. There's a clothing store right across the street. And what's cool is that it's got these mixed use type of properties where you've got businesses downstairs and residential upstairs. This is just what you get all throughout Portland. There's a lot of little kind of villages just like this all throughout Portland where it feels like there's just like a little downtown strip like this. And then on either side, in either direction, you've got those quiet residential streets surrounding it. And look, this is kind of like a cool, damp, rainy day right here in Portland. That's kind of what you get in the springtime. We are in the heart of spring, still several weeks out from summer, and it's just a little bit drizzly. You know, it's nothing too crazy. So throughout this video, you might see a little bit of rain. You might see it get sunny, who knows? I don't know what's coming. You never really know. Sometimes it will be like this, and then an hour or two later, it is beautiful and blue skies. So, but again, I'm out and about making content in the rain, doesn't matter, rain or shine, I've got your back, so make sure you stay with me. There's a lot of cool stuff. I'm gonna just show you what it looks like a little bit farther this way to the north. You got Sellwood Yoga right here. There's a Thai restaurant that's really good right over there. Sellwood Cycle Repair. And you got the Portland Bottle Shop. And if we keep going to the other side of this street, there's even more stuff on both sides of the street. And again, you got these beautiful tree-lined streets with detached residential homes, maybe some condos sprinkled throughout or townhomes. This place right up here, Jade, really good Asian fusion type of stuff, all sorts of stuff on their menu. And then right here, you got some apartments. So there's just all sorts of different living options here in Sellwood, and this is consistent all throughout the Portland area. We're gonna see some other neighborhoods in this video, so make sure you keep watching. Here's another part of Sellwood. We're over here on Bybee and Milwaukee. That's the intersection over here there, and there's a lot of really cool stuff over here. And I am actually standing right outside of this place that I've been wanting to try. It's called the Focacceria, and they've got focaccia pizza, I guess. And so I've been really wanting to try it. Here's a little look at what they've got here. I got this. So I am going to try a bite of this, and I'm gonna eat the slice, and then I will take you over to that listing. So there it is. It's basically just like a pizza made on focaccia bread, right? So let's take a bite. Very good. Crispy too. Ooh. The crust is the best because it's got this like burnt cheese on it. Yum. So there's a little glimpse of Sellwood for you. It's just this really quaint, super flat, super bikeable and walkable neighborhood here in the inner southeast part of Portland. Easy to get over to downtown from here. I just love it over here. So now I think it is time to go take a look at our first listing of the video. So let's head over there. All right, and now we are in the vicinity of this listing. It's right around this neighborhood. It's about a block that way. So just wanted to give you a picture of the housing over here. We are just about 2 blocks away from Tacoma, and over on Tacoma is a New Seasons market. There's some food carts, there's some stores up and down, and it flows right over into the Sellwood Bridge that takes you onto the west side. Now over here, you've got a mix of nice old craftsman homes, kind of like this one. And there's another one across the street, but then I don't know if you can see it, but all the way over there, there's some newer construction and, you know, just a nice, healthy mix. There's a lot of older homes here, but the one that we are about to go see is definitely on the newer side, and it's right up here on this next street. And we are literally bordering on the Sellwood Park right there. And we're also a very easy walk to the Sellwood Riverfront Park, which is where we were earlier, and just a few steps from the walkable shops and bars a little bit farther to the east. So Sellwood overall is just a super quaint walkable area. It's about a mile and a half of square mileage. So it's super easy to get around on foot or on bike. So really, really cool location. And if you look here, our listing that we're gonna go see is right here, one of these newer townhomes. Before we go in, just take a look at some of these homes here up and down the street. I love the combination of old and new that you're gonna find here in Sellwood. I also love the roses and the plant life and people's gardens. There's just so much greenery everywhere around. Look at these roses. They don't call it the Rose City for nothing. It's almost a requirement to have roses here in Portland. All right, so here we are. We're out front of this incredible newer construction. This home was built in 2020. It is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath home. Again, built in 2020, and it is right here by the Sellwood Riverfront Park, and we've got these tennis courts right here that are part of the Sellwood Park. So if you look in there, you got a clear pathway right here into the tennis courts and into the rest of the park right here, right next to your listing. So that is really cool. This is a townhome, and the one right next door is for sale too, but we are going to be touring this one, the northernmost one that's for sale. And it's got some really cool features, really nice, clean feel on the inside. I don't want to just bore you the whole time with talking about it out front, so let's go on in, we'll take a tour, and I will tell you the list price after we see it. So here it is from the front. You got this other sort of detached unit here, but these two are attached. And so if you don't mind that sort of townhome style living, then this is a really nice bet, especially because it's got this car pad parking area right here. But believe it or not, it's also got a full garage, oversized garage, and we are going to go enter from there actually, so you can get the feel of coming home as if you were parking in your garage. So you got this little common area here where there's a driveway that flows in from the street from where we were just standing. A little bit narrow, but totally doable. And this would be your garage door, and a look up from there. Only 5 years old, this home. So let's go on in and take a look. And so when you walk in, you enter through these stairs that take you up into the main level. But right here is your full-size garage. So ideal if you want off-street parking, and maybe you have an electrical vehicle that you want to be able to charge without having to park it on the street. So that's ideal. But let's go upstairs and take a look at the rest of the home. And obviously here is your front door entrance. And this opens up into a very nice open layout main living area space with a living room right here. And then you have some dining space opening up into your kitchen. And you got some really nice flooring here. I believe this is engineered hardwood, and it's in very good condition. I'm wondering, for all those TV watchers, where would you put the TV here? Would it go there actually? I'm not sure. But yeah, you got a nice kitchen. Not a ton of counter space, but you got some space to work with here. And really nice cabinets and hopefully soft close, which they are. And some really nice KitchenAid appliances throughout. You got KitchenAid fridge, KitchenAid dishwasher, KitchenAid 5-burner gas range, and of course the microwave. And I love the sleek look of these black cabinets with the white countertops. Looks really nice in here. And here's a look from this side. And now let's go up another level. But before we do that, actually, absolutely love that there is a half bath right here on the main level. That's all you need. That's all you need here. You don't need a full bathroom here on the main level in your living area, kitchen space, right? So absolutely perfect there. So now let's go upstairs. And at the top here, you've got this sort of landing space that is sort of staged as an office. And then you've got one bedroom right here that is equipped with a mini split for those hot days. And then you've got your west facing views. You can see a little bit of the West Hills over there. And then we will go and see that we have a full bathroom right here. Pretty nice, really nice looking tub and shower. And then we go into another bedroom right here. So you can turn one of these potentially into an office space, or you could turn both of these into an office space. If you're like a couple with no kids perhaps, and then, or you could set these up as the kids' bedroom. And then right here, you've got your laundry room. And then upstairs, you have a very incredible master suite here on the top level that has an incredible balcony here. Really big and spacious balcony, and you could almost just barely see where the river is. It's just literally like just beyond that house. That's where the river is. That's where that riverfront park is that we were at the beginning of the video. And then you've got almost a shared balcony here with your neighbors. But what a spectacular primary suite here with the super high ceilings going up and out that way. You've got your mini split here for those hot and cold days. And here's the bathroom. You've got the private toilet here, and then the double sinks, much needed and incredible, elegant soaking tub and a shower and a walk-in closet. That's pretty good sized, right? So I love that. That's pretty much the full tour of this home. So there you have it, folks. Again, this was a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath home. Really nice, quiet, private street here. And I gotta give a shout out to Lou Chain with Think Real Estate. Thank you for letting me pop in here and show the listing on the channel. We are just 2 blocks off of Tacoma, right down the street from the Sellwood Bridge if you got to get into the west side or downtown for work potentially. Again, there's a New Seasons just right up the street that way. We are just a few blocks from all of those restaurants and shops that we were seeing. Steps from 2 different parks. This is the Sellwood Park right here with the tennis courts and big open space over there. There's the Sellwood Riverfront Park, and there's also the Oaks Bottom Amusement Park, which is right up the way too. I absolutely love this home. It's in immaculate condition. Everything, all the finishes, beautifully done. The layout makes sense. You've got this open layout on this main level. You've got the 2 bedrooms up there with the full bath and the laundry, and then you've got your exclusive primary suite up on the top, tucked away from the rest of the home. Now, how much is it listed for? The current list price on this one is $715,000. What do you guys think? Make sure you give me a call or a text or an email or scan the code if you want to talk about making your move to Portland and buying your dream home. People find these videos like this all the time, and I'm happy to help whether you're moving here in 1 day or 1 month or 1 year. Let's get in touch and get the conversation going. Now, we are actually going to head over to the west side. We're gonna look at a home that's for sale in the Nob Hill neighborhood. And I've already got some clients that have bought a home right up the street from there. They absolutely love it. And I know I've got a lot of you that are watching this that also want to be in the Nob Hill area. So make sure you stay tuned because we are going to head over there right now. All right, well, it's still rainy now. And would you believe me if I told you that we are only about 5 minutes from one of the most happening, densely populated urban areas of Portland? This is Forest Park, which is the largest urban forested park in the country. It is about 5,000 acres and there are about 80 miles worth of trails leading all throughout this entire park. And it is just such an absolutely beautiful place to go and get into nature. And so I wanted to come over here, not just for you, but for me too, because it's always nice to get into the forest when you've been in the city for a long time. And when you live in Portland, it is not very hard to do that, especially when you're living in this northwest part of Portland. In this trail, you know, you got a little bit of elevation, but it's just got this beautiful, densely green environment. And I'm just gonna stop talking for a minute. I'm gonna let you soak in the sounds of nature, and I'm gonna cut the music. And so when you are living in Portland, this is one of the most amazing things that you have access to. And so this is not only one of the biggest selling points of Portland in general, but it's one of the biggest selling points of this next listing. Like I said, we're only about 5 minutes away. I have some clients that recently relocated to Portland from New York City, and this was the area that they fell in love with because it had that combination of walkability, restaurants and bars and shops and ice cream that you can walk to, but you can also be in a place just like this in a matter of minutes. And now you can see the immediate contrast. We are only about 5 minutes driving time from where I just was, and we are on Northwest 23rd Avenue. And this is just about a mile-long stretch where it's just like this the whole entire way. Just on this block alone, you've got a dispensary right here. You've got some restaurants right over there. You've got an artisan jeweler right across the street. You got Kate's Ice Cream. You've got Matador, which is a really good kind of Mexican tasting menu, fancy Mexican food. Kate's Ice Cream is like some of the best non-dairy ice cream around. Am I gonna get ice cream? Maybe. And it's just like this for the entire way. And the cool thing about this area of Northwest is that it is so close to other parts of Portland. Like if you walk just 5 minutes this way, you are going to be in an area called Slabtown. And over in Slabtown, you've got a New Seasons and a bunch of other really cool restaurants, including one of my favorites, one of my favorite ramen places called A Fury. There's also a 50 Licks ice cream and a few other restaurants. There's a good coffee, but just without even going over there, there's just so much stuff right here. In front of me, there's a pole bowl, which I think I've pointed this out before on the channel. There's this handcrafted pasta, grassa, which I've been meaning to try for a while. Over there is St. Jack's, and it just keeps going and going in all directions. If you keep going farther this way, there is a bamboo sushi, as well as a Salt and Straw. You got the Pearl Watch Repair. Speaking of the Pearl, that's another district that if you just walk a little bit farther to the east, a little bit towards downtown, you'll be in the Pearl District, which is probably the most walkable district in all of Portland. Aside from 23rd, you've also got 21st, which is 2 blocks farther that way. So this is just such a cool area. I have some clients that recently relocated here from New York City, and so this was just the perfect landing spot for them to give them kind of a breath of fresh air while still having that walkability. Just like any other neighborhood of Portland, if you make a turn off of the main street, you are then on a quiet residential street. So you can live in the most exciting and walkable neighborhood of all of Portland and still have a quiet, tree-lined residential street to live on. How cool is that? The other cool thing about this neighborhood is that you could basically have any type of housing that you want, whether you want to live in a condo, whether you want to live in a beautiful old Victorian style home, or maybe you want something like this. These are some sort of like really cool brick townhomes. They've even got garages and parking spaces. This kind of reminds me of Brooklyn a little bit. Or you've got apartments like this. Or if you keep going a little bit farther, you'll see on the next block that there are many detached style homes as well. I mean, how cool is this? You've got a nice little row. This house is even for sale, or maybe it's pending, I don't know. You just got a nice assortment of different types of housing. This one right here is one I really like. You got this beautiful Craftsman right here, massive home, and it's even got a really great driveway, and then a whole nother row of detached bungalows. And then we are getting right up to the listing that we are about to see. It's not this one, it's not this one, but it is this one right here. What we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhome, right around 1,800 square feet, right here in the heart of Nob Hill in the Northwest District of Portland. We are only about 5 minutes from where I was hiking. You can almost see the street start to go up right over there into the hills. We are only about 2 blocks down from 23rd, where all those restaurants and places to walk around are. We're also 1 block away from Chapman Elementary School, which is right there on the corner, and there's a big park there with a dog park. Just a really incredible location with tons of different types of housing all around. And this is a beautiful townhome. Gotta give a massive shout out to the listing agent on this one, Amy Seaholt. And this is a very special shout out because Amy was actually one of my real estate coaches when I first got my license. She is absolutely amazing. She's super dedicated to helping other agents, and she helped me through my first few deals and taught me things that I use on every single transaction still to this date. So Amy, can't thank you enough for everything you've helped me with in my career, and I can't thank you enough for letting me go in and show this listing on the channel. So with that said, I'm really excited to take you guys in and look at it. And of course, as always, I'm gonna tell you the list price at the end of the tour, so let's go. So the cool thing about this that is absolutely crucial about living in this neighborhood is that it has a driveway and a garage. So off-street parking in this dense neighborhood is an absolute must, though it's usually not that hard to find a good spot. But when you're living here, you definitely don't want to gamble with that. So you've got a bit of a staircase to get up here. This is 15 steps. Any Radiohead fans? First things first, I'm gonna hang up my coat. Now, you are greeted by this very open living room right here. And it's got this really cool, unique built-in sort of, I guess this is for like a TV or something, but they're staging it as kind of a living room, talking sanctuary type of vibe. Then you've got this little tiny balcony right here, not really big enough to sit on, but you can open these doors up and let a lot of fresh air in. And then this flows into a little formal dining room right here. Really nice hardwood floors. They're in absolutely immaculate condition. And then this goes to the downstairs. We'll look at that in a minute, but let's keep going into the kitchen, which has really nice fixtures. And I love this hanger that they have here for, your pots and pans and stuff. But look at all this countertop space. And then you've got this sort of breakfast bar area right here that you can set up some stools to have a bite at. And you've got the electric burners, some really nice cabinets. And this goes into, you got some storage space over here, your pantry. Oh, not your pantry, this is your laundry. So you got your laundry right here on the main floor in the kitchen. And then you got a kind of big bay window door right here that leads into the backyard, which is just basically a patio space. And you got some beautiful roses here that are waiting for you to come smell them. And then you got this nice area here for enjoying. Just as I like it, you've got a half bath right here. No need for a full bath in a kitchen, in my opinion. So let's go, we're gonna go upstairs and look at the bedroom suites. There's actually 2 bedroom suites in this home, but let's go downstairs first. And then down here, you've got this kind of bonus space that is being treated as sort of like an entertainment area, theater room. This is all your utility stuff in here, like your hot water and your furnace. And so you can kind of maybe treat this as sort of like a guest suite, though you can't call it a bedroom because there's no egress windows here. So in order for it to legally be a bedroom, you gotta have a window that's big enough to escape or be rescued from. And then in here, you've got the garage, pretty spacious garage, lots of storage space. But let's go all the way back upstairs and check out the bedroom situation. And so the cool thing about this home is that it has 2 bedroom suites with attached ensuite bathrooms. So here's the first one, and you've got this beautiful north-facing room and this incredible window that's letting in tons of natural light, even on this cloudy, gloomy spring day. And so yeah, this is looking to the north. And the cool thing about this room is that it's got this little tiny, very teensy tiny balcony for you to come out and enjoy. And there's actually a little bit better of a look of that little park that's there. And then that big hillside in the background is actually Forest Park, which is where I took you on that little mini hike. So it's that close. You can just drive over there in 5 minutes and be in what feels like kind of the wilderness, you know? And you can kind of sit here. It's big enough for, you know, a single chair and sit out here and get some fresh air on a nice day, or even a rainy day, because it is covered. And there's even a light there so you can sit out here at night. So let's go see in here. This is the ensuite bathroom. You just got a single sink. You got a really nice tub and shower. And then you've got your toilet here with a pocket door for extra privacy. So that's cool. And then this is a pretty good sized closet here. And there's also another closet right here. And I love how they've got these built-in drawers, built-in storage, and areas to hang your clothes. So let's go around here, down the hallway, and really nice skylight here to let in even more natural light. Got a little linen closet right here. That's more of a coat broom closet. And then right here, I like this space because it's got this little built-in desk, little nook area if you want to do some writing or reading or working right here, looking out at the trees. And then you've got a big closet here. Nice bay window looking out into the backyard slash the other neighbor's yard. But hey, that's a really nice looking yard, you know? They've got it really well landscaped, easy on the eyes. And then you've got this beautiful, spacious bedroom here and yet another main bathroom, attached bathroom. Both of these bathrooms have the single sinks, which I know a lot of you are looking for double sinks, but hey, there's 2 sinks. There's one in here and there's one in there. So I don't know, see if you can figure it out. All right, there you have it, folks. Once again, that was a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhome here in Nob Hill, Northwest Portland. Absolutely incredible, walkable neighborhood. So close to Forest Park, so close to all the amenities of Northwest Portland, whether you want that 23rd Avenue, 21st, Slab Town, the Pearl, even really close to downtown. If you're wondering what the list price is, this one is currently listed for $825,000. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below, and of course, just get in touch. So whether you're moving to Portland in 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, a few months, a year, get in touch with me and I would be happy to have a conversation and help you make a move to the Portland area and help you buy your dream home. I absolutely love it when people watch these videos and get in touch. So do it. Any method that you see on the screen, whatever works for you, works for me. And now we are going to head over to the Northeast District of Portland. We're gonna look at a completely different neighborhood. We're gonna go to Irvington because somebody on this channel requested Irvington, so let's go. All right, so we made it to Irvington. Broadway here is the south border of Irvington, so just on the other side of the street is Broadway, but this is obviously all commercial, up and down Broadway. I'm right around 17th in Broadway, and if you go several blocks that way, you will find a New Seasons, but up here, there's just so many different businesses and business opportunities, possibly. You got Broadway Books, you got the bakery right over here. Here's the Broadway Grill. Across the street, there's a pretty cool flower shop. Lots of cool stuff over here. Down the street this way is Float North. There's like one of those wellness centers where you can sit in the floating tanks. Have you guys ever done that? It's pretty cool. This is the flower shop. Really nice place to get some flowers. Ooh, it smells good too. Here's the peonies. There's a lot of these that grow here in Portland. Plenty of places to get tattoos as well if you're into that. Here's a kitchen caboodle. You got your Legacy Health right here. And it just keeps going down the street over there. One of my absolute favorite sushi places in all of Portland is over there. Here you can get all sorts of kitchen stuff for your new home. Look at all those KitchenAids. And then across the street, there's a wine shop. There's a McMenamins here, as well as a few different different types of salons. And then across the street here, you got Footwise, where you can buy, it's like a shoe store. And then Ebb and Bean is a frozen yogurt place. And all the way over there is Bluefin Tuna. That's one of my favorite sushi spots around. And right across the street, actually, from Bluefin Tuna is this really yummy sandwich spot. And so I'm taking you here because we're only about 4 or 5 blocks from our next listing. So this is gonna be one of your main streets that you can walk to or bike to or drive to. So you're really close to a lot of different restaurants, even when you're in the quiet and charming historic neighborhood of Irvington. I also like to point out that it's not raining anymore, so that's pretty cool. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier in the video, where you never really know. Sometimes it's gonna be rainy, sometimes it's just gonna stop and be chill for the rest of the day. With that said, I think it's time we move a little bit closer into the neighborhood and take a look at the absolutely lovely residential zone of Irvington. So let's head over there. So here we are more in the residential zone of Irvington, and this is a historic neighborhood. A lot of these homes are well over 100 years old, and they have been beautifully maintained over the years. I'm just gonna turn the camera around so you can see some of these homes. I love that they've got these little neighborhood libraries where you can take a book, leave a book. Look at this tree I'm standing under. This thing is massive. You can't even see any of the houses, but there's one really cool home, and there's one, and this neighborhood is just known for these old historic homes. Usually they're pretty big. A lot of the homes that we see in Irvington are larger homes for bigger families. And the next listing that we're gonna see is actually on this street, this next block here. And just take a look. I mean, this is just such a fun little neighborhood. Super quiet. Look at this beautiful home here. You can barely see it through all the trees. This house looks cool with the tree house and people just playing in the streets. I absolutely love this neighborhood. Super quiet, super quaint. And look at this home. And so hopefully these neighborhood tours are giving you a feel that you just can't really get on Zillow. So hopefully you appreciate that. Make sure you hit the like or subscribe button just to keep this content getting pushed out there to the right people. If you're still watching the video at this point, I'm guessing it's because you like it, so pay it forward. And we're coming up on this listing now. Not quite there yet, but look at these cool homes. Super unique. And actually, one of the cool things that happens in this neighborhood that I think is happening on the day that this video is going to be published is what's called the Irvington Home Tour, which is where there's a number, I'm not sure exactly how many, but like I think 6 or 7 homes in the neighborhood that are owner occupied. They're not being listed, but people just open their homes up to give people a tour, and you got to sign up for it. There's a small fee, but it's a really cool opportunity that happens every year where you can go in and see some of the most historic homes in Portland in this neighborhood of Irvington. But right here is the listing that we are about to go in and see. But before we do that, I just wanted to pop around the corner and show you a few of the other streets surrounding this neighborhood. Look at this beautiful home right here. What a stunning property this is. And then up and down the street, you just have so many different homes that are this classic craftsman style. Look at this one, and these extremely well established streets. It is just such a cool neighborhood. Wide streets, unlike some neighborhoods of Portland that have super narrow streets. But I mean, look at this, look at this. And then over there you got all sorts of different styles, but a lot of them have this old craftsman feel. People are very serious once again about our roses here in the Rose City. Got this nice row of homes as well. Super special neighborhood. So yeah, like I think it's time that we go take a tour of that home, huh? All right, so we have made it here to this final listing here in the beautiful Irvington neighborhood. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home, right around 2,300 square feet, including the basement. I gotta give a shout out to Ariel Sasser with Property Group Northwest for letting us in to take a look at this listing. It has a lot of really cool updates, and it's got more space than it looks. It's got this really cool kind of Cape Cod feel, which is somewhat unique for this neighborhood because you see a lot of craftsman style homes. So this one here was built in 1946, and a lot of the homes that you see even here on this street look like they were built even longer ago than that. Like we're talking probably early 1920s, maybe the 1910s perhaps, this one right here. But this one, again, really cool updates. I'm not gonna stand out here and talk about it for this whole video. So let's go on in and take a tour, and I'll tell you the list price at the end. So just take a minute to soak in this curb appeal. It's got, you know, a smaller feel than a lot of the other homes here on this street. And cool thing about it is that it is just a few blocks away from this greenway. This is one of the bike paths that leads you east to west through the Portland area. You can take this and it'll connect farther to the east that way. And if you even want to head into downtown, you can go that way. But just an absolutely beautiful and peaceful neighborhood. But let's go on in and take a tour of this beautiful historic home here in Irvington. So right when you walk in, you'll notice it's got this dining area here to the left and a living area right here to the right. And that would be a wood burning fireplace. Actually, just kidding. It's a gas fireplace. Fooled me, it looks like it was wood burning, but it's not. You got a lot of natural light coming in here, really big windows. As you can see, there's no overhead lighting in here, so that just lets in a good amount of light through these windows. I love these built-ins here. And then we've got more windows looking outside, letting all the natural light in. Beautiful hardwood floors here on this main level. And in there are some bedrooms, and in here is the kitchen. But first, yeah, let's go look at the bedrooms. You got a new roof in 2015, so about 10 years old. And then here's your first bedroom that is currently being staged as an office. And you got a nice little closet there, and looks like they did new windows. So gotta love that. And then you've got this beautifully remodeled bathroom that has a full tub and shower, dual shower heads. Gotta love that. And the vanity looks like it was nicely updated as well. This is just a little linen closet, broom closet, and here's another closet here. And then this goes to the upstairs where we'll find some more bedrooms. But first, let's go around here and take a look at the kitchen. Absolutely love this kitchen. So much countertop space. You got the gas range with 4 burners and the 5th griddle burner in the middle there. Really nice coloring with the backsplash. And yeah, just so much counter space right here. And it's even designed for you to have a little eating area right here as a sort of like informal breakfast bar area. And down there is the basement, but I wanted to go take you guys upstairs first to see the bedrooms that are up there. And so right at the top of the stairs, you've got another full bath with a shower, same sort of like aesthetic as the other bathroom. This one has heated floors, so that's pretty cool. And then this little hallway takes you into a couple more bedrooms. So here's one, pretty good sized. And you've got the hardwood floors in these rooms, good sized closet. And then this bedroom feels like it's even bigger, just slightly perhaps. And it's got really big closet. So it goes right here and it goes right there. So good sized bedrooms up here. And so I think I said that this is a 4-bedroom, right? So we've only seen 3, right? Am I miscounting? 1, 2, and then there's another one down here. 3. So what am I missing here? Where's the 4th bedroom? Maybe it's downstairs. Let's go see downstairs in the basement. But first, actually, before we do that, let's look at this yard. Beautiful yard. You've got some fruit trees. Looks like it's like an apple tree right here. And then some beautiful landscaping. You got some peonies right there. I love this landscaping. These flowers are nice. I'm not sure what this is. Are these? Anyone know what these are? Leave a comment if you know what that is. And then there's this detached 2-car garage. So a lot of parking space right here behind this gate. So you can park in front of the gate, that gate opens, and then you got this whole driveway, and you can park a good amount of cars back here, surprisingly. Let's go downstairs. And then down here, is this what they're calling the 4th bedroom? That doesn't really work. There's no egress windows down here. So I don't know, maybe that was a mistake, but this is a pretty high ceiling. You could certainly turn that into a bedroom if you add some closet space and an egress window. And oh boy, this is one of the oldest furnaces I think I've ever seen. This thing is from like the 50s or 60s maybe. Pretty impressive if it's still working and functional. But then over here, we've got some this is a newer water heater, definitely. And then there is a whole home water filter system, so that's rad. And then your laundry, so that's about it. So there you have it, folks. This was a 2,300 square foot home, listed as a 4-bedroom, but technically I think we can call that a 3-bedroom. Very, very nice finishes though. I love what they did in the bathrooms, and those hardwood floors are in immaculate condition given their age. And this is just such a beautiful, quiet, tree-lined street. We're just a few blocks to the north of Broadway, which is where I was earlier. And this is a prime piece of real estate in a historic Portland neighborhood. The list price on this home currently stands at $750,000. So with that said, leave a comment and let me know if you got it right or not. With that said, if you'd like to watch another video just like this, make sure you click here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you over there.